Hello and welcome back to Old Truthford, the home of honestly biased sports content. Today we are going to be covering BALEBA agreeing terms, supposedly, with Manchester United. We are going to also be covering Hojlund refusing to leave, but somewhat coming to terms with the fact that he does not have a future at Manchester United, as well as maybe discussing why there's a large portion of the fan base that somehow want Hojlund to stay, which still confuses me. We've also got Alex Crook calling out Mark Goldbridge, which is hilarious. And we have Benjamin Sesko's first day at Manchester United with a few photos of him with Fernandes and Xerxes. Not to mention Cunha and Mbeumo making their Old Trafford debuts. And what position are we really in to do business in the transfer window? Hope you're all well. Hope everyone's doing all right. Mr. Matt Scott, good day, evening, morning, everyone. Pablo Escobar is in the house. Okay, Keith. Is that is that a reference to Matt's shirt, or is that just you calling yourself Pablo Escobar? Good evening, Matt. I was going to send you a few pictures of funky shirts that I have, but I was steaming drunk in all those pictures, and nobody wants to see that shiz. Liverpool, 362 million euros spent. Crystal Palace, 4 million euros spent. And yeah, we are also going to hate react rather, to Liverpool getting absolutely destroyed by Crystal Palace, which led to them losing the Community Shield trophy at Wembley Stadium. The beautiful scenes. But for those of you who are new, I am the admin. This is Old Truthford, and please hit that like button as well as subscribe if you're new for the latest and greatest Manchester United news. So let's start off with BALEBA. So, Man United, this is per Fabrizio Romano. Man United are speaking again and again, even today, with the agents of Carlos BALEBA about the contract and salary. United want to advance on players' side and then see what happens with Brighton. Man United want to try, says Fabrizio Romano. So, I would be shocked if we don't get BALEBA at the end of the window, but I would be more shocked to see United not even put a bid in. I think we will at least put a couple of bids in to see if Brighton are that adamant on keeping BALEBA in their squad. But yeah, I think bringing in BALEBA not only weakens Brighton's position, but it also obviously strengthens ours. Obviously, Brighton will probably be one of our main competitors next season if we are looking to reach European football. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Also, what do we have? Indy Kayla, who is coming out as one of the greatest sources of the transfer window so far this summer, who has been given credit by the Oracle Ornstein himself. Indy Kayla have come out with Carlos BALEBA has made his intentions clear and has verbally asked Brighton to let him leave and move to Manchester United. So, if Indy Kayla is a good source to go off of, BALEBA has asked to leave and join Manchester United. So, if we look at this whole situation from the outside, it looks as though we're doing a very similar tactic as to what we did with Benjamin Sesko, where we get the player to get on board with the project first, and then it improves our negotiating position with the club that we're looking to buy the player off of. So, because obviously he'll say to the club that he wants to leave, as supposedly Carlos BALEBA has now done with Brighton. What else do we have here? Indy Kayla also further reported saying, big shout out to the reporter who reached out with this exclusive. BALEBA wants out / personal terms have been agreed with Manchester United. Carlos BALEBA has made his intentions clear. He's verbally asked Brighton to let him move to Manchester United. And it gets even more interesting because BALEBA's agent has given the thumbs up on the personal terms offer. If Brighton Hove Albion agree to let him go this summer, Brighton at this moment have not nudged from their £100 million valuation on the player. Are we really going to spend £100 million on a player? I mean, we know Ruben Amorim is obsessed with BALEBA. Fabrizio Romano has come out saying that, but are we going to really splash that sort of cash? Even with outgoings, are we going to spend £100 million on a midfielder? Are Ineos going to do that? I really struggle to see that, if I'm being honest. I think if we get him for around 80, 85 mil, I think that's reasonable, but £100 million? Is that going to happen? I don't know. Let me just catch up. Mr. Matt Scott, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Thank you very much. Supporting the honest, unbiased sports content that is Old Truthford. That's what we try to be. Honestly biased, honestly unbiased. That's what we go for. But yeah, appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you very much. Mate Scott has officially bought the league. Heavy as the head that wears the crown. Thank you very much, Matt. And by the way, Matt, don't think you got away without us asking. How was your date last night? You need to share with the boys. What else? I've missed some comments here. Keith, thank you very much as well, mate. I'll join you, Matt, in supporting Old Truthford. Admin, we love you as always. Thank you. You guys are, without a doubt, the best members to have ever graced the platform of YouTube. And we are going to be working on more stuff for you members as well. Keith and Matt, you also need to get back to me via the DMs on your Premier League predictions. Believe me, it's going to be worth it come the end of the season for the special prize that whoever gets the most accurate predictions will get. So I will chase you up on that as well. Mark my words. I'll get that before the start of the Premier League season. Let me just catch up on your comments from earlier, but thank you, Keith. Liverpool fans, it's only a charity cup. Jog back to Merseyside. They wanted to win that. Has anyone seen Mo Salah's penalty? Like, oh my God. Have they been done? Have they been done with those wages? And what wages is Mo Salah on? Like 400k or something now? Let's see. Mo Salah wages a week. Yeah, he's on 400k. Oh my God, 400k to Sky a pen. Oh my God. Not everyone's built like Ahmad and Fernandez, I can tell you that. BALEBA, I heard, earns only 12,500 a week. Yeah, we can easily get him admin, give him 50k a week and tell him to run and earn his next pay rise. I reckon we'd give him somewhere in the region of like 70, 75k, because if he was going to be just like a squad player, then maybe we could offer him 50k. But I think the way that Amorim's going to pitch it to him to get him on board is that he is going to be an integral part of the squad and the team. So I'd imagine it would be somewhere around like 75k. You're a gem, Keith. Matt, you legend. Bro, our midfield would be cooked if BALEBA joins. I absolutely love his play style. He's a runner, but he's also not afraid of running at people instead of cleverly passing only left or right. I mean, realistically, we haven't solved the midfield issue that we've had since Carrick left. And I mean, I think maybe we do have to pay big money to get that position sorted. It seems like midfielders are the type of player that go for the most amount of money these days. I mean, strikers, I mean, we've got Cunha going for, sorry, not Cunha, we've got Sesko for like around 60 mil, Gyökeres for 60 mil to Arsenal. It's BALEBA and Caicedo are really leading the way in terms of midfielders costing a lot of money. I mean, you look at Enzo as well, that Chelsea bought. Wirtz cost a lot of money. It's seeming like midfielders are going for more and more these days. I hope not. 100 mils nuts. Left my ass off. Woohoo, Keith. Hello, Bobby. How you doing, man? I forgot to do the air horn. Guys, thank you for the super chats. This is for Matt and Keith, and we'll even give you a little wow. Okay. Moving on. I will take a face reveal as my prize. You are never getting that, Keith, I'm afraid. Bro, Melissa is an amazing woman for sure. I feel it's too good to be true this early. I'm taking it as slowly as I can, having a wonderful time nonetheless. Love that, Matt. Love that for you, bro. Yeah, there's no rush. Literally take it as slow as you need to, bro. Bro, did I see his penalty? The ball has just landed in my back garden. Hey, Bobby. Hi, Matt Scott. Okay. If you haven't already, I can see some new faces in the stream. Be sure to like the video and subscribe if you are new to the Old Truthford YouTube channel. We do go live every single day covering the latest Manchester United news. So, yeah, be sure to join the movement. By the way, guys, in advance, I've been absolutely screwed because I've organised a thing for, well, I'll just tell you, for my birthday on the day that we're facing Fulham. So originally we were playing on the Saturday, but now we're playing on a Sunday. So like I can't even do the stream for that day, which I'm fuming about because the Premier League decided to change it like a month ago without properly reporting on it. So that's frustrating. But every other day when I'm not away from that, I will be going live. So yeah, can Nick do it? If Nick can get the flight over to wherever I am, the land of Old Truthford, and hop on the desk, then potentially. Hojlund. Okay, let's move over to Hojlund. So, Rasmus Hojlund, even after the match, this is per Fabrizio Romano, by the way, so good source. Even after the match, Rasmus Hojlund insists he wants to stay at Manchester United. This is why the deal with Milan has not yet progressed for United. He can leave immediately on a paid loan with an option to buy. So Rasmus Hojlund's still dragging his feet, but it gets even juicier, guys. I'd rather get Pogba than BALEBA. Safer with his rogue comments coming in early. So it's getting juicy with Hojlund because Fabrizio Romano also released that AC Milan have started discussing via intermediaries numbers of the Rasmus Hojlund deal. Understand these are details. These are the details. €6 million loan fee with a 45 million buy option clause. No green light to exit from the player yet, as Hojlund insists on staying even after 0 minutes today. And guys, admin might even go on a little rant here because I posted these stories on the Old Truthford Instagram, and do you know what the comments are filled with? The comments are filled and flooded with, I don't know, the Rasmus Hojlund Appreciation Club, apparently. Because, like, I understand if we had the money keeping Rasmus Hojlund. Guys, we need the money. Like, we actually need the money. So we need Rasmus Hojlund to leave. It seems like a lot of fans are struggling to get their heads around the whole Rasmus Hojlund thing. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Mark Goldbridge is going on about how Rasmus Hojlund should stay, even though it makes no financial sense. And he's realistically not performed well for the last 2 years in a United shirt. So, yeah, I can't get my head around it. But I'll react to some of the comments on Instagram in a sec once I've finished all of the reports. So, Ben Jacobs, just today, 7 hours ago, I believe, posted Rasmus Hojlund has now been directly told he'll need to leave to gain minutes this season and is considering his options. So he's literally been told, you will not get minutes here. Go. Leave us. Manchester United prefer to sell, but have not ruled out a loan. Milan prepared to meet United's £40 million valuation via a loan fee and buy option. Further talks took place yesterday. So AC Milan are leading the way for Rasmus Hojlund. What else do we have? Rasmus Hojlund's... Oh yeah, and this came out recently after that report from Alex Crook and Benjamin Jacobs saying... Alex Crook said Rasmus Hojlund's camp are reluctantly ready to accept that his Manchester United career is over. So he can be reluctant as all he wants, but realistically, guys, Rasmus Hojlund needs to leave. We need money. We need money for a goalkeeper. Let me catch up with the chat. Hojlund needs to be told to leave. He has, Matt. He's literally been told, like, he will not get minutes here, and he's like, yep, fine with me. And I'm like, no, mate, you need to leave. You need to leave. Safer, you're on my hit list next. We need a goalkeeper, not going to lie, says fast but slow. Completely agree. And if we don't sell Rasmus, or at least put him on loan, we're probably not going to be able to get a goalkeeper. I mean, if you think about it, the selling of Garnacho, Sancho, and Anthony, that can fund the midfielder. But in terms of the goalkeeper, if we do want to go for Donnarumma, who is going to cost somewhere in the region of £26 million, even if we just put Rasmus Hojlund on loan, that solves half of that money. Like, we'd get £10 million pound or €10 million from putting Rasmus Hojlund on loan alone. So play on words there, loan alone. But yeah, no. So if we sold him entirely, then bruh, we're gonna have money left over as well. We can 100% afford to get BALEBA if we sell Rasmus Hojlund, but he's just dragging his feet. We need a goalkeeper ASAP. No doubt, fast but slow. Onana was a stupid choice in the first place. Amen, Matty. Rasmus is underrated. We should keep him as a second striker. People, again, these are the comments that blow my mind. Like, he has not performed well while he's been at Manchester United. And also, when people say like, oh yeah, but if we sell Rasmus, then we've only got one striker. We've only got Sesko. Guys, Mbeumo can play number 9. We've also got Xerxes. That people seem to like... I don't know how people have been brainwashed to think that he's a 10, but he is a striker. Xerxes is a striker. And he's shown more link-up play than Rasmus Hojlund has in only one season, when Rasmus Hojlund has had 2. He had 2 seasons with no service. He did have service, mate. Look at the compilations, bro. Look at the compilations of all the chances Hojlund's missed. Also, Rasmus Hojlund's movement is naff. That's why he doesn't have any service. Like, people pass to where they think that he's going to go, and he always goes the opposite direction. He doesn't know what's going on. According to the club, we only need the Garnacho money to buy BALEBA. I don't know if I could see that, but at the same time, I think in order to like keep in check with PSR and financial fair play, surely we need more than just selling Garnacho for like 40 mil to balance like spending 200. Rather get Pogba and spend money to get you better. Shut up, safer. Buy Donnarumma and our goalkeeper slot is fixed for the next 10 years. Lord Anthony can do a job as a right wing back. How much will Onana go for? Realistically, I don't think Onana's going to be sold. We could see Baindir getting sold, but I doubt Onana's going to go now. Safer, you live in fancy land with St. Pro clubs. Xerxes isn't a traditional striker, and Mbeumo plays better as a 10 than a 9. He plays better than a 10 as a 9, but Xerxes is still a striker. If you look at where he's spent the majority of his career, it's as a striker. So why do people go on about like him being a number 10? Yeah, he can play there, probably, but he's a striker. And if you've got 2 players next to him in Cunha and Mbeumo, who have both scored like 15 to 20 Premier League goals, all you need is a striker sometimes who's going to help them flourish their game and get in the positions to score. So what you don't need is a Rasmus Hojlund who has no link-up play, and he's just there to, if he's in space, he's got a good shot on him. Like, it just blows my mind. It blows my mind how people can be swayed so easily on Rasmus Hojlund, despite us seeing like 2 years worth of data showing he is not good enough. Xerxes is not a striker in the Prem. He'll work best as a false 9 and link up with Sesko. The biggest downside to Xerxes is speed. I agree with you that the biggest downside to Xerxes is speed, Keith. However, he's in really good shape. I want to see him actually play now that he's in good shape and he's in good condition for the Premier League. I want to see how he performs then, because I think Xerxes is going to shock a lot of people this season. If he's a shiz striker, we do not need Hojlund. No production. Pre-season doesn't mean a thing for Premier League standings. He's lost when on the pitch. He also didn't even do that good in pre-season. People are making out that he blew everyone away in pre-season. He got like 1 goal and hit the post. Like, I'm sorry. It's crazy how people can be brainwashed so easily. Amorim tactics need a traditional striker. I think Amorim is probably best to determine that, and he doesn't seem too keen on keeping Hojlund, does he? Since he's not giving him any minutes safer. I'd rather keep Rasmus than Xerxes. That's fair enough. You're free to have your opinion, but the club, aka the coach, is choosing not to play him and saying, we prefer to sell you. We do not want to keep you. We do not see a future with you. And he's still staying around like a bad smell. Xerxes isn't even fit, so when will he be back? And he won't be ahead of anyone. That's the whole point, though, isn't it? It's like, who's in better form, Sesko or Xerxes? Like, Xerxes is a good backup. And he will be fit within like 2 weeks or something. He doesn't have much longer out now. Rasmus needs a team that just constantly put the ball over the defenders and hope they get on the end of one or two. Exactly, Keith. And that's what Ten Hag originally bought him for. Because Ten Hag wanted to play on the transition and he wanted to kill people on the break and all of this sort of stuff. Amarim's not looking to do that. So Hojlund, unfortunately, he's yet another victim of it just doesn't suit the manager, doesn't suit the system. Sell him. So it's exactly the same situation as Garnacho, apart from Hojlund hasn't entirely thrown his toys out the pram like Garnacho did. Xerxes I would put ahead of Casemiro in the midfield. In the midfield, Keith. What? Just on Rasmus Hojlund as well to close this chapter up. It's very interesting because we've seen behind the Wizards curtain here. With Alex Crook, who is a very reliable source. He does report on Talk Sport quite frequently. But yeah, Alex Crook, really good source. By the way, guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more Manchester United content. We are going to be going live pretty much every single day until the end of time. We also do match watch-alongs if you want to hop in. But let me show you this as well. So Alex Crook of Talk Sport has pretty much called Mark Goldbridge out, saying the following. So earlier today, Alex Crook said, "Understand Rasmus Hojlund's camp are reluctantly ready to accept his United career is over." And Alex Crook retweeted this, saying, "I did report in March that United would look to move Hojlund on this summer. There was zero interest in doing so, according to one high-profile YouTuber. Hashtag Crook by name." And I think we know which high-profile YouTuber he's talking about. Because what Alex Crook is saying is that all the way back in March, he was saying United want to sell Hojlund, and a lot of people are saying it's Mark Goldbridge. Let's say it is Mark Goldbridge, apparently. Mark Goldbridge was saying that, yeah, United have no interest in selling Rasmus Hojlund, and now it's finally coming up into the public sphere that United have been interested in selling Rasmus Hojlund since March. Like, and still fans can't get their head around it. They're like, oh, this has come out of the blue. Like, what's going on? But no, this has been going on for time. Rasmus Hojlund has not been good enough for Manchester United for a long time, and we've wanted to move him on for a long time. I mean, it's crazy how you can push a narrative out there if you've got like a large audience and people just eat it up. But yeah, it's kind of insane. Where are we now? Xerxes I would put ahead of Casemiro. I would rather have Xerxes in the midfield than Casemiro. Damn. I mean, that is insane, Keith. I'm not gonna lie, that is insane. We do need some kind of defensive stability. I mean, a midfield of Bruno and Xerxes is insane. Xerxes ain't getting any chance as a number 10. He could when the others need a rest. Could see Mount and Xerxes for number 10s. Bro, Goldbridge is a rant machine. He doesn't even talk sense anymore. It's just insane to me. It's insane. But moving on with Rasmus. Guys, Rasmus Hojlund needs to go. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Honestly, he could go on and have a great career somewhere else, but he needs to go. Now let's see with Šeško. So Šeško was photographed with Bruno Fernandes. Good to see that they're smiling together. Fernandes probably thinking, finally a target man that I can find up front. Xerxes and Sesko as well had a little cuddle at the training ground. Acknowledged each other, so it's good to see that he's got a smile on his face. Still need to catch up with all of the Benjamin Šeško interviews and stuff like that, so we will wait for those to come out if they haven't already. Need to catch up on that. We have Mbuemo, Cunha, Mount, and Bruno as a Bruno's playing in the midfield, safer, bro. Come on. Wake up and smell the coffee. Bruno's playing in the midfield. I would rather listen to my sweetheart Beth than Broadbridge. Oh, no, Keith. Keith, stop simping for Beth. Please, you need to stop. Goalbridge is much better than Rant, Saeed TV and Faz, says Safer. I don't know. I don't watch much of any of their content, if I'm being honest. Would be cool to collab with them in the future, but not watched any of their content for a long time. Has Sesko done his interview? I don't know. I've seen photos of him doing his interview. I don't know if that's been released yet, though. Can anyone check that on the United website if they can? If Bruno isn't at midfield, he's going to be a 10. He always plays. Yeah, but Bruno will be in midfield because we're light on midfielders, Safer. Like, Bruno will play in midfield consistently. He might play 10 for the opening game as players get into fitness and stuff like that, but Bruno will play in the midfield for the majority of the season, 100%. Moving on to Cunha and Mbuemo, who had some comments to make after their Old Trafford debut. Cunha shared Theatre of Dreams. Dreams are made to come true. Thank you all for the reception. Sunday, we will be together to start the dream. Come on, Cunha. Oh, imagine a Cunha goal on the opening day. Inject it in my veins. But guys, if you are new, please subscribe to the Old Truthford YouTube channel. We are going to be going live every single night, covering the latest Manchester United transfer news. So be sure to join the community. What else do we have here? Brian Mbomo on IG. Nice to meet you, Old Trafford. Thank you for the warm welcome. Very nice from Mbuemo. What else do we have? I'm actually enjoying the fact he said the history is great, but I'm looking forward to the future. That's a player who's here to put business down. Completely agree, Keith. That is a cold quote. He's definitely thought of that quote before he sat down. I hope that he came up with that instead of his PR team, but like that is a good cold quote, because I mean, it's not only acknowledging the past of Manchester United, for history, the heritage, but it's also acknowledging the future. And I think that's a good mindset to have, because I mean, it's a very stoic mindset to have of like either focusing on the present or focusing on the future, because people can talk about Manchester United's past until the cows come home, but it doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. People can say, oh, Rio and Vidic did this, or da-da-da, Ronaldo did that. That does not impact today's game. So we need to focus on today, and it's good that Sesko is very much focusing on that. On Sesko as well, very happy with Amarim's quote that came out, which pretty much said, we're going to need to tell Sesko to stop working more than telling him to work. So Amarim's come out saying that Sesko is a workaholic. And yeah, it's good to hear that, given the fact that we've heard horror stories over the past few years of just, mediocre players who don't want to put the extra work in. So, yeah, very happy with that. We have Casemiro, Bruno, Collier, Ugarte, and Mainu. 5 players for 2 positions. I'd be surprised if Mainu stays. Mainu will stay, Safer. He 100% will stay this transfer window. Maybe we'll leave in Jan or maybe next summer if he can't nail down a position, because obviously he it doesn't look like he's going to nail down a position unless we buy BALEBA and then maybe pair Mainu and BALEBA together, and then Bruno maybe goes off to Saudi in a year, 2 years, 3 years or so. But you need a great squad to win any of these trophies. So certain players have to just deal with the fact that, yeah, maybe they're not going to be a first team starter, but they are going to be a part of the squad that won Manchester United their first Premier League in God knows how many years now, 12, 13. I'd be surprised if Mainu stays. 6 including BALEBA. Safer, Bruno was never a number 10. His position last season was basically a false 9 that would sweep left to right and look for space for the wingers. He's basically occupied the whole midfield. I would sell Mainu and bring BALEBA in. Mainu can't run very well. He needs a winner beside him, and that's not going to work in Amarim's tactics. I do think, just against that, Keith, I do think Mainu looked good in the midfield when Casemiro came off. If it was up to me, I want to see how we do with Mainu, Fernandes, Cunha, and Buemo and Sesko. I want to see how we do with that five, because it's a very attacking five, but if we are looking to dominate possession, I think Mainu can do more of a job than Casemiro can do these days because of his age. So I'd lean towards Mainu in the midfield. I'm hoping Amarim's seen that too, though. But yeah, guys, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. I'm seeing a few new faces in the stream. We are up to 17 viewers, so if you haven't already, please hit a like on the video. It does help the stream grow. And yeah, join the community. Where was I? We need more workaholics in this squad. Amen. Yep, completely agree, Matt. Completely agree. The one big weakness in Mainu's game is he wants to be that Paul Scholes passer, but he doesn't have that in him. Yeah, I'd agree with that. He does need to work on his long-range passing. But he's still young. He's still like 20? How old's Mainu these days? Let's have a look. Mainu's only 20 years old, so he could easily develop that in his game. Bruno is a 10. He can do an 8 role, but he isn't disciplined enough, and he does too many high balls. And our number 10 wants ball to feet, not over the head. I think the high balls are going to suit us, though. I mean, like, you look at Sesko coming in. He's 6'5", likes to run the channels, as Keith's mentioned previously, and as Amarim's mentioned. So, I mean, like, I don't see how that's going to be a problem. I think also, Keith, seeing how we've performed in pre-season, how all of the forwards seem to kind of like rotate in positions, I think that's going to suit Sesko even more as well, because like you mentioned with him on the wings running down the channels, it looks like all of our front three can score goals. Cunha can, and Buemo can, Sesko can, so we're creating a very fluid front three here, and Bruno putting balls over the top to run the channels isn't a bad thing, given the fact that we've got wing backs who want to get in those positions. Bruno's not a 10. He played midfield for Sporting. He only looked like he played a 10 roles last season because our midfield was so mediocre. Let's move on, though, to more Fabrizio Romano news. So Fabrizio Romano on the goalkeeper situation had this to say. Man United have not yet decided between signing a young, low-cost goalkeeper or spending more money on an experienced goalkeeper. It will probably depend on the future of the club's goalkeepers. So that tells me that we need to sell Bayendir or Onana in order to bring in Donnarumma, which I'm hoping we can do. I mean, Bayendir just saved a pen. Surely his price must be sky high right now. I hope that we can move him on. Crystal Palace beat Liverpool and win the Community Shield, as touched on earlier. Beautiful scenes. Dean Henderson coming in clutch again for United. And that's everything I've got from today, guys. If there's anything that you'd like to discuss in the chat, get in. Any United-themed questions, we can have a chat about them. Matt, sell both, get another goalkeeper, and get more loot in the budget. If we could do that, Matt, I'd be down. I mean, if we could sell both goalkeepers, because we know both of them aren't good enough, realistically. We know that Bayendir's semi-decent at pens, but his shot stopping is questionable at best. Admin, I can't understand that logic of bringing in the young goalkeeper for less money. That's like cooking a full high-end steak dinner, but instead of filet, you use flank steak to save money. It's true, Keith. I think the only play for getting a young goalkeeper now that I can think of is we get a young goalkeeper, we sell Bayendir, and then we give Onana one more season to see if he can prove himself. If Onana doesn't perform well in this season, then we sell him and we get someone else in. But I feel like we're missing like a big trick on not getting Donnarumma this season if we do go down that route. Because I mean, who else are we going to get as a #1 goalkeeper next season? Like Donnarumma, with the quality that he has and the fact that he's available, surely it makes more sense going for Donnarumma this summer. And I think if it was up to Amorim, he would go for Donnarumma. I think I've seen reports saying as much. And like he's shown that he wants experienced players. He wants to hit the ground running. He doesn't want to do this whole like let's build a project thing and then see no improvement for like 2 years. So yeah, we do. I think Amorim wants Donnarumma, and I think we are going to get Donnarumma, if I'm being honest. I think it's more like a 4-ounce versus an 8-ounce cut. Lol. A bloody 4-ounce steak. Oh man. We don't want those 2-minute quick cook steaks. We don't want that at United. You have Donnarumma that apparently is costing 27 million euros. Bro, that is so cheap for a goalkeeper that could be in your team for 10 years. Am I the only one seeing this? You aren't, Keith. You aren't. And this is why I'm so adamant. People think I hate Hojlund. Like, you look at the Instagram comments whenever I post a story about Rasmus Hojlund and him having to leave. They don't see the bigger picture. They don't see the fact that, like, if we sell him, we will definitely get Donnarumma. I'm set on it. But yeah, I don't know. Let's look at some of the comments from the Instagram, by the way. So I obviously posted that AC Milan have started discussions via intermediaries numbers on the Rasmus Hojlund deal. Understand these are details. 6 million euros, 45 million buy option. And I said, brother, leave to Rasmus Hojlund. And these are some of the comments, because a lot of people were very butthurt by this. So one person said, I'd rather him stay and fight for a place. If Sesko gets injured, we are in the mud again. Again, we've got Xerxes. Seems he was just a stopgap for these matches. Get the players used to a number 9 on 10 on tour. Okay, that was fairly moderate. And then, let's see, who's this? Colwant Boat. Why are you forcing the hate on him so bad? He's a kid. Shouldn't even be leading the line at Man U in the first place. He's good as a second option, and it will be kid with Sesko coming in as the kid has the actual competition instead of an injured Martial when he first came in. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Yeah, I don't know if I can... Like, I feel my IQ points dropping the more I read these Instagram comments on Rasmus Hojlund. 2-minute stakes, Lidl's best mate. You're 100% onto it, Keith. Yeah, I'm sorry, but like I can't see how anyone can critically think that keeping Rasmus Hojlund is a good financial decision or anything. Like, why can't more people be like good old Truthford member Ethan Johnson, who says, sell and use money to buy BALEBA? 100% agree. Oh my god, some people have literally put on like entire paragraphs on... Oh my god, I can't read all of that out. Some people saying just don't sell him, and that's got 17 likes. People saying that's insane. So if Sesko gets injured, what then? Again, Xerxes, why do people forget about Xerxes? Needs squad depth, can't depend on Sesko. What if he's injured? Xerxes, the way I see, too injury prone. I mean, Xerxes had as many injuries as Hojlund, realistically. It doesn't make sense to loan or sell him. It does make a lot of sense. Yeah, I think people are just repeating what other like content creators are saying to them. Like, somebody saying here, it's an effing joke. The poor guy hasn't been here a strawberry season. He's got a shed ton of potential. Bad decision, this. Haven't seen Sesko kick a ball for us. This could backfire pretty badly. What? Of course, new signings, you haven't seen them kick a ball. Like, just the comments, bro. I could spend all day going back to these comments, but I'd get nothing done. It's insane. What else do we have? Matt, it makes total sense. We paid 18.9 million for De Gea at the time, which was a British record fee. That equals to 22 million euros. So for an extra 5 million euros, you're getting De Gea quality keeper. Yep, 100% agree with that, Keith. 100% agree with that. Also, Like, are people factoring in, like, how much did we pay for Onana? Onana fee to Manchester United. We paid £47.2 million for Andre Onana, and we can get Donnarumma for almost half of that. Insane. Absolutely insane. Donnarumma is a Champions League winner. He is a Euros winner. I'm sure he's won other stuff as well, maybe like a league. I think he's probably won the league in Italy, has he? Ridiculous. De Gea was my dude, my idol. I was a goalkeeper when I was younger. Miss him. I know he turned to shiz, but still. I mean, De Gea's shiz was still like Onana's peak, though, if we're being honest. Donnarumma should be our goalkeeper target. 100% agree. Let's see if we've got any more updates for you lovely people. So Bruno Fernandes has commented on Patrick Dorgu's Instagram post saying, either you put the braids back quick or I will cut your full hair. Okay, bit of banter there from the captain. And then, oh God. And then Rasmus Hojlund comments underneath it, agreed, Cappy. Bro, he ain't gonna be your captain for long. You gotta go, bro. You gotta go. What else do we have here? Honestly, it's hard to keep up with this Isaac situation. I don't think Isaac will go to Liverpool, but if he does, he's going to go for a lot of money. Dorgu, man, I'm excited to see him grow. I do prefer the braids. I think Dorgu with braids is a bit more, I don't know what it is, if he looks more streamlined or what, but he just looks faster when he's got braids on, man. We paid a fortune for Onana Banana and got the same quality as Gabriel Obertan in goal. To be fair, Rasmus could thrive in the Italian league with Modric now in the midfield. He could, don't get me wrong. I just don't think he's built for... I don't know, though. I don't know. I think certain systems he would suit, but I just don't think... I don't think it's very good. I don't think it's very good from Hojlund. I don't think he's suited for the Premier League, or maybe he is at another club who wants to play counter-attacking football. Who knows? But his time at United is definitely over. And the quicker fans come to that realization with all of this bloody mourning, the better. Admin, what would we all do as a United fan base to have a 27-year-old Cavani as our striker? Honestly, it's such a shame that he went to PSG when he did, because, like, I bet PSG fans didn't even appreciate him because they had, like, Zlatan and then Mbappe signed. Like, Cavani going to PSG was a poor career move, in my opinion. Niche fan, good to see ya. Thanks for liking the video, bro. Or sis, you still haven't let us know after that comment saying that you are a woman. What else do we have? Okay, Bruno Fernandes has... Bruno Fernandes is just going on like a social media spree at the moment, commenting on all of the United players' posts. So he also commented, welcome to your new home, under Brian Mbuemo's post. What else do we have? Is there anything new? Let's check the Man United website if any new reports have come out. Do we have anything here? Because I'm still waiting for Sesko's first interview. A bunch of photos have come out, but we haven't seen Sesko's first interview yet. There has been a report on Sesko's background, if everyone's interested in hearing that. Cavani's movement, man, he was so lethal just for his movement. And his work rate as well, like movement in the box, and he pressed. It was like a Mason Mount, he just didn't stop running. I remember that goal that he full-on pressed with. I think it led to like a Cristiano Ronaldo goal or something like that, but Cavani did not give up. I want Rasmus to stay now. He desperately wants to stay and prove his worth. Let's give him one more year. Oh God, niche fan. I've just been going on like a bloody 40-minute rant as to why Rasmus Hojlund needs to go. And you're saying that we should keep him. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. The streets will never forget his chip against Fulham. Yep. Was that during COVID time? Was it a chip against Fulham though? Am I thinking of the right game? I know that he had like a 10 out of 10 performance against Roma in the Europa League. I remember that. Was it a chip against Fulham? It was sad as well because I don't think there was a crowd in the stadium there for that goal. The stadium was like 40% full. Yeah. Oh, I do miss characters like Cavani. I'm hoping Sesko will have that about him. I'm hoping he'll have that confidence, that ego, but that work rate for the team as well. He's got lots of tattoos. That tells me a lot. Well, niche fan judging Sesko on his tattoos. Tell me more. The stadium was like 40% full. Hi, Matt. Let's read. I'm just going to read out this article on the background of Benjamin, as posted by Adam Marshall for the official Manchester United website. So, Benjamin Sesko has long been on the radar of every top club due to the outstanding potential he has displayed since a young age. The powerful, athletic centre-forward started out in junior football with his hometown side, Radece, located between Zagreb, where he had 2 spells either side of a short stay at Rudar. Oh my god, the names here are killing me. Trubovici. But by the time he was performing at under 15s level, he was Crisco. The goals were flowing at a staggering rate, 59 in 23 league games, and he made the Slovenia national team in this age group. A switch to top flight side Domžal soon led to greater awareness of his prodigious talents. Remarkably, this is even when United were first linked with the rookie hitman, but it has been reported that he was not keen to move into one of the major leagues too soon, preferring to learn his trade step by step. It's also reported, which they haven't included in the article here, that his agent wanted a higher fee for when he eventually moved on, so that's why he didn't advise Sesko to come to Manchester United straight away. A tally of 21 goals in 23 league games in 2018, 2019 spoke volumes about his talent, and he only stayed a season before becoming a professional with RB Salzburg in Austria at the age of 16. The move to a new country was a huge moment for Sesko, and it was deemed the best option for his development was a loan spell. Partner club, Liefering, were the preferred destination, and he made an instant impression, bagging 21 goals in 29 appearances. Okay, moving on. Perhaps telling, though, the plan was carefully managed for Sesko, who would continue to play at Salzburg for the 2022-23 term before beginning a 5-year contract with Leipzig in 23-24. Speaking to the Austrian club's official website, he addressed the future move with clarity, conviction, and maturity. After becoming Slovenia's youngest debutant and then scorer following his goal in 2021 against Malta, his star continued to rise. An 18-goal haul in his maiden season with Leipzig included a run of netting in 7 consecutive Bundesliga outings. More intense rumours circulated around his future last summer, but he committed further to the Red Bull Arena by agreeing a fresh contract. Following a summer when he represented his country at Euro 2024, coming up against an England side featuring Kobe Mainu and hitting the woodwork from long range. I do actually remember that game. We did stream that game. In a long range effort against a Denmark team containing Christian Eriksen and Rasmus Hojlund, a hat-trick against Kazakhstan in the UEFA Nations League served further notice of his credentials. Top scoring with 21 goals at domestic level, another fruitful campaign meant the clamour of his services became pretty irresistible. After his first international hat-trick, Sesko's comments at the time betray his view about putting the ball in the back of the net. He said, "It's my job to do that," he stressed. I like the feeling when I score. Also, it helps the team, of course. It doesn't matter if it's for the club or country. It always feels great to make others feel happy as well as myself. For me, it's just important to keep going that way. I will try to score as many goals as possible, and we all eagerly await being able to celebrate Benjamin Šeško's first Manchester United goal. Welcome to the club, Benji. Okay, he goes by Benji. Come on, Benji. Let me just catch up with these comments. Šeško will be very good. I do believe that having Mbeumo, Amad, Cunha, Mount, and Bruno behind you is surely enough service for him to hit 30 a season. Benji's going to get a lot of goals, Keith. He's going to get a lot of goals. I predict him to get at least 15 goals in his first season, if I'm being honest. From set pieces alone, he's a target man. Like, so far, we've had people just concentrate on Harry Maguire. Having Benjamin Šeško and Harry Maguire means that our opposition are going to have to think a lot about set pieces. Also, let's give Bruno his crown. Guy has been first in the Premier League in the past 4 years for created chances. Yep. Another good point. Have you seen True Geordie's new video in the kickoff? I have not seen it yet, but I can imagine he's going to lose his mind with KG, so that'll be entertaining to watch. I didn't realise he was that tall until I seen him. Yeah, mate. Wait, True Geordie or Benjamin Šeško? Who are you talking about, Keith? But yeah, let's see if we've got any more updates as well, because we are absolutely killing the stream at the moment. 15 concurrent viewers, and we're on 330 views. Let's see if we can get up to 400 lads and ladies if you're watching. So be sure to subscribe to the Old Truthford YouTube channel for the latest, freshest Manchester United content, as well as match watch-alongs. But yeah, be sure to drop a like on the stream as well. If you could, it really does help us grow, and you will get a big applause from the admin. Also, by the way, guys, we have glow sticks, so have to bring these in every stream somehow. Drop a like on the vid if you are new, and hit that subscribe button for more wacky, goofy Man United content. Okay, moving on. He will annoy many defenses in the league. Well, I mean, he's physical, so that is one of his key points as well. We know how many duels like Rasmus Hojlund is used to losing in the league, and it does feel like he's bloody a WWE entertainer most of the time instead of a forward. So I'm excited to see how Šeško can link the play up. I'm excited to see what he can do. What else do we have here? So, Virgil van Dijk to Alex Crook on Liverpool needing a striker. We just lost Darwin. He went to Saudi. We lost Lucho. He went to Bayern. I think there's room for an attacker in order to strengthen us. Let's see what the window brings. They are twerking for Isaac, aren't they? If Liverpool don't get Isaac, though, I don't know. It's looking shaky for them. They've obviously signed a lot of quality, but at the same time, is it enough to win the league? Also against Fiorentina, Mbeumo has some serious whip on crosses. Yep, that was one of my main takeaways. Mbeumo really impressed with his crosses, which is something that you mix a 6'5" striker with those crosses and Harry Maguire. I feel like for the past 3 years, Bruno Fernandes, all of the emphasis has been on Bruno Fernandes whipping the ball in, but it's nice to see him not have to take the set pieces, because it also puts him in a position where maybe we can work on set pieces where the ball can be played to Fernandes. So it opens up that shooting opportunity as well. Honestly, we've opened up a lot of doors with the signings that we've made, so I'm just hoping we can actually use it to our advantage. Those corners with Amad need to be abused. Yep, that as well. But yeah, honestly, I'm really optimistic going into this game against Arsenal. I'm really optimistic. I am going to be doing match previews as well as match reactions, I think, for like every single United game this season. So be sure to subscribe to the channel for that as well. Just making sure that everyone's on the same page. Marcus Rashford has just picked up an assist for Rafinha. So he was playing on the right wing. Who is he playing against? Are they playing against Como? Yeah, I'm not going to take that too seriously. But Marcus Rashford running down the wing. Whips the ball in. Honestly, the defender doesn't even try and defend it. That's really poor. Bro, that's really poor from I think it's Como who they're playing. They compared Virgil van Dijk with Vidic. Don't even talk to me. They need to go into a loony bin if they're comparing Virgil van Dijk to Vidic. Golazo! What other updates do we have for you lovely people? Also, by the way, for anyone interested in boxing, we will be doing a live stream for Moses Atoma v Dillian White next Saturday. So that's gonna be a ball. Be sure to tune in for that. Gotta love the Spanish commentators, they are so passionate. I mean, who's the one? I don't know the names of the English commentator. Is it Martin Tyler who loves Manchester United and had like a full-on orgasm when Anthony Martial got a debut goal? We need more. We need more commentators like that. I think Martin Tyler's retired now. But yeah, that seems to be all of the updates from today. If anyone's got anything that they'd like to go over, let me know. Any questions United related, I will answer it to the best of my ability. I am plugged in to the United Matrix now. Just to summarise everything that we've discussed so far, BALEBA has supposedly agreed terms with Manchester United. It's reported that BALEBA wants out of Brighton and personal terms are agreed. Carlos BALEBA has made his intentions clear. He's verbally asked Brighton to let him move to United, and it gets even more interesting because BALEBA's agent has given the thumbs up also on personal terms. It's purely on finding the right price with Brighton now. The most iconic is the Messi one. Messi goal, Messi. If I was I need to work on my commentating for these goals. I want to be able to clip them up and just go extreme when I post them on like Instagram or something. If I was a coach, I'd play 4-3-3. Hate Amarim's system so much. I'm sorry, niche fan. That ship sailed. The players should have performed under Ten Hag if they wanted that. Niche fan, trust the process. You got to buy into it. Golazo! It's home. Moses Atoma will knock him out within 5 rounds, says Niche fan. We'll have to wait and see. I'll see if I can. I probably won't do a prediction video because I do want to stick to exclusively United stuff just for this year. But yeah, I'll be able to give my like prediction on the stream and everything. But should be a good fight. Ladies and gents, if you haven't liked the stream already, be sure to hit that like button. Got to keep the YouTube overlords happy and the lights on at Old Truthford Incorporated. Be sure to subscribe if you're new as well. We do go live every single evening covering the latest Manchester United news. And yeah, be sure to subscribe for the freshest United content on the interwebs. Admin, I appreciate you reading all these goofy ass comments. Mate, I'll do anything. I'll do anything. You know, it's not the worst thing I've done on this stream. It's not the worst. Just don't like it, Keith. Part of me just wants Fabregas in as a coach. You want Fabregas in as a coach, bro? You gotta be taking the piss, right? What has he won? I don't know. He had a good link-up play with Diogo Costa back in the day. What else do we have on the United website? Let me look at some of these gallery photos of Benjamin Sesko. I am going to sort out a screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at the same time as well, by the way, to make it a bit more interactive. I do like the little rose tattoo that Sesko's got on his neck. That's pretty cool. Oh, if he can be half as good as Zlatan, mate, we've got a player. Let's look at the pre-match photos as well. So we've got Cunha holding up the shirt. We've got Cunha and Buemo, Diego Leon, as well as Sesko, injected into my veins. Sesko being bloody... I need to make sure I get this right. Is he Slovakian? I think he's Slovakian. Sesko, Slovakian, I'll remember that. Sesko, Slovakia. Why is it brought up Souvlaki, like the meat? Slovakian? Slovenian. He's Slovenian. Okay. Sesko, Slovenian. Sesko, Slovenian. Okay. New report just in. Roma have inquired about Jadon Sancho. So that is very interesting. We are looking at Jadon Sancho then, to move him on to Roma. Who's the Roma coach now? Is that... Am I crazy in thinking that's Claudio Ranieri? No, it's Gasperini now. So Gasperini is the current head coach of AS Roma, appointed on the 6th of June. So Gasperini is looking for Jadon Sancho to join the side. Where are we? Just don't like it, Keith. Part of me just wants, if I read that one. To be honest, when the office and the manager are in totally different pages, it doesn't work out. Yep, completely agree there. Matt, yeah, cool. What has he won as a coach? Nothing, but he's better than Amorim. Give me 2 factual points on how Fabregas is better than Amorim. I'm not going to lie, Niche fan, you're losing me here. How are you saying that Fabregas is a better coach than Amorim? He's played in the Premiership, and I like his ability to be tactically flexible and dynamic. Ten Hag was tactically flexible and dynamic, and it didn't do him favours, did it? Okay, let's see what we got. Bayendir also came out today, but don't think it... I don't really take... I don't want to sound too harsh, but I don't take what Bayendir says as gospel. What else do we have for you? We've got a week until our Premier League opener against Arsenal. So that will be on the 17th of August at 4:30 PM. We will be doing a match watch along, so be sure to tune in to the Old Truthford YouTube channel for that. And yeah, be sure to subscribe if you're new, folks. We're just having the back and forth on whether Fabregas is a better coach than Amorim, which is mind-blowing to me. Hojlund to the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. Damien, good to see you. It's been a while, man. It's good to see that Damien is on board with Hojlund getting shipped off. I feel like there's just a hardcore, like 30% of United fans who just cannot see why we're selling him. Bro, I'm talking about him as a coach, not as a player. Arteta has played in the Premiership and has won 0 trophies in 5 years. That is a fact. Or Xavi. I don't know about Xavi either, to be honest. I think we've got the players now. We need to stick to the system of 3 at the back. But yeah, I think that's all the latest that we've got for you. So Marcus Rashford gets an assist for Rafinha. Sancho, Roma have inquired about him. What else do we have? For those who missed it, BALEBA has agreed personal terms with Manchester United. Rasmus Hojlund has been told he will not get any minutes. And I think he's reluctantly agreed or accepted the fact that his Manchester United career is most likely over. Alex Crook has called out Mark Goldbridge, I think anyway, by saying that he did report that United would look to move Hojlund on this summer. There was 0 interest in doing so, according to one high-profile YouTuber, aka Mark Goldbridge. So Alex Crook is pretty much calling out Mark Goldbridge with the fact that he didn't report that United wanted to get rid of Hojlund in the summer. I don't know why. Probably because Hojlund gives some intel into the dressing room and stuff like that. It's very obvious to see, and it's clear to see which players give intel and which players don't. I think Delo gives a lot of like PR answers, stuff like that. I think Hojlund does. Yeah, I think they're inside sources, if I'm being honest. Guardiola never played in the Premier League, but he won so many trophies, is why City brought him in. It's about what they have won, not what they did when they played, says Keith. Niche fan, I hate to say it, mate, but Keith's got a point. Goldfish in trouble. I don't know if he's in trouble, but he has been called out, and it would be funny to see if he actually addresses it or not, because I'm sorry, but like everyone knew that Hojlund was up for sale this summer. Everyone. Like you don't have to be like the biggest United channel to know that. And the fact that he refused on reporting it, like surely directly shows that he favours some players over others. What else do we have for you, lovely people? Benjamin Sesko giving hugs to Fernandez and Xerxes, things you love to see. And yeah, Matis Cunha and Mbeumo look to the opening game of the season. Manchester United have not yet decided between signing a young, low-cost goalkeeper or spending more money on an experienced goalkeeper. It will probably depend on the future of the club's goalkeepers. We say that, but I think if Hojlund gets sold and we get like 40 mil for him, 30, 40 mil, then yeah, no, I think Rasmus is gone. And I think we will get a top quality goalkeeper in. Thrallbridge is always a dope. Keith, I just don't like the Amorim system. I like Amorim, I just hate his system, and so do the players, it seems. I don't think the players hate the system. I think because like Cunha literally played in a similar system, and so did Mbeumo. So I don't think, I really don't think they hate the system. Mr. Matty Scott, bro, thank you. Thank you for gifting 5 Old Truthford memberships, my friend. Absolute OG of the channel. Let's air horn for that. What else can I give you? Claps for Matty Scott. And I'm even going to spam you some love hearts. I'm going to send you some Old Truthford love hearts. There you go, bro. Thank you very much, though, Matt. I appreciate that, man. You need to stop doing that. You need to stop doing that. I mean, I'm not complaining, but for your own sake, you need to stop doing that, bro. But yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. Hello, says Ilmi. Thanks for dropping the truth bombs throughout the stream, Keith. You are the legend, brother. I just want to say that I said that if we get Sesko, we will sell Rasmus. Yep, well done, Ilmi. You've got some common sense. Instead of 30% of the fan base who seem to think that we were going to keep Rasmus as well as Sesko. Ridiculous. If the players don't like his system, they know where the door is. I'm tired of caring about what the players want. It's about what wins us games, not what they want. Who told Sir Alex Ferguson what to do? Another truth bomb from Keith. Very, very good. On fire tonight. We're playing a system where the most important players are wing-backs, and we don't have any decent wing-backs. What? Dorgu's a decent wing-back. He's just young. I mean, he could easily like grow into being one of the best wing-backs of in the league. How to get more than 75 XP, says Ilmi. The way you get XP is by like spamming the chat or putting in a super chat like Keith and Mr. Matty Joes have. They are leading the way so far with the leaderboard. But again, do what you're comfortable with. Thankfully, it didn't give me one. I don't like it when it does that. Keith does not like being gifted memberships. Why don't you like it? Oh, what else do I have? But yeah, Rasmus Hojlund's time is coming to an end. Rasmus Hojlund will not be here for long. Matt Scott, you legend. BALEBA, here we go. Boom shakalaka, says Cal. It's not official just yet. I think it's going to be a few weeks yet to see that happen. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Niche fan has taken a few happy pills to the head tonight. Listen, you're normally one of the good ones, but take a time out, my guy. Let the man spend his money how he wishes. Your channel's great and he wants to help the viewers out. Thanks, Matt. Thank you, Mr. Matty Scott. Thank you very much. Air horn for you. Air horn for you. And guess what? Reload. Where are we? Thank you for the membership, says Cal. And he's sending the little Old Truthford heart. No good wing backs. We have plenty. To be honest, I like him, but he is not for us at the moment. Yeah, Hojlund's got to go. Hojlund's got to go. I like his attitude. I like his passion. I do think that he's had 2 years to prove himself, and he hasn't done it. I mean, I don't know if a lot of you will remember, but I think it was in January of this year, or maybe last year, when I think like a set of rules of like Sir Jim's rules on transfers and everything like that have been set in order to create like a wage structure for Manchester United. And on that list, I think it said players have 2 years to prove themselves. Signings are going to be like 26 years old or younger. And at the moment, all of those predictions have come through. I'm going to see if I can find the actual list for us. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, rules on signings, Man United. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, 5 rules on signings. Where are we? Okay, so the signings were no players over the age of 25 to be signed. No Galacticos. Technical director Jason Wilcox will set the style of play, apparently. I don't know how much I agree with that one. The manager will be asked what positions he wants to sign rather than individual players, which is true as well. Because, I mean, like, if the reports are to be believed, Amorim preferred Ollie Watkins over Sesko, but he told Jason Wilcox, the technical director, and Omar Barada, the CEO, that he wanted a striker, and we got Sesko. So, yeah, 100%. The manager will then have a list of 3 potential signings per position to choose from. I don't know if that's the exact list that I was looking for. I think it was on Dodgy Newspaper. I think it was on The Sun. Where was it? But basically what I'm trying to say is all of the reports have been consistent about Sir Jim and what he's looking for. So yeah, it was age limit of 25 for new signings. It was no Galacticos. It was style of play to be set by technical director Jason Wilcox. Manager to be asked what position he wants to sign, not what player. And Ineos to send list of 3 signings per position for manager to choose from. So, I mean, we've stuck to what we were supposed to stick to. So shout out to Ineos. I mean, they have fully backed Amorim this summer. And if we sign BALEBA, I don't want to hear any Ineos slander. I don't want to hear any Ineos slander because, yeah, obviously it's easy to say they're bloody Glazer puppets, blah, 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 to get clicks and all of this. But the fact is, if we sign BALEBA and Donnarumma, they have backed Amorim. And you can't, no one can say that they haven't. Gentlemen, ladies, if you are new to the stream, be sure to subscribe to the Old Truthford YouTube channel. We do go live every single night from around 7, 8, 9 tonight, I guess, covering the latest Manchester United news. So be sure to tune in for that and help this community grow. We've got some good lads in this community and we want to recruit some more of you. So yeah, be sure to subscribe to the channel. All opinions are heard, even the crazy ones like, for example, bloody niche fans saying that we should go for Fabregas instead of Amorim. But yeah, be sure to join the community, lads and ladies. Honestly, ladies, if you are listening, please join the community. We we are seriously slacking on our female representation right now. What else do we have? Let me catch up with chat. Niche fan taking happy pills. Thank you for the membership. No good wing backs. We have plenty. To be honest, I like him, but he's not first at the moment. Talking about Rasmus Hojlund. You are welcome, Cal. Glory, glory, Man United. If I'd want Donnarumma first, BALEBA can wait. I don't know. I feel like we need a midfielder, man. I think we need a midfielder. I think at least having some options there is better than Casemiro. I think Casemiro needs to be sold, if I'm being honest. Like, he could do a job, maybe, but we're not even playing European games. We're only playing Premier League games, and I think the Premier League's moved past Casemiro at this point. Where are we? Keith, I respect you, sir, but are you telling me Ahmad is a good wing-back? Ahmad has been a good wing-back. He has been a good wing-back. Last season he was. The game against Fiorentina, he was dreadful, but he has been a good wing-back. Dorgu and Diego Leon, I can guarantee, will be a future Rafael and Evra of the team. Oh, God. Diogo Dalot needs to go. Oh, wait. You said Dorgu. Okay. Sorry. Admin hate watching for no reason. Ahmad can be grown into a wing-back. We can't just expect him to do it right away, but what he does well is he runs. We don't see it with Ahmad, Keith. He's a 10 for me. I don't know if he's a 10. Last season, he was performing better as a wing-back than a 10. Thanks, Mr. Scott, says Cal. As long as we have players who buy into the system and want to run, they can become whatever they want. Whoever they thought Darren Fletcher was even a good player, but he ran and he did what he was told. Again, good point. Good point. But it will get to a stage with these players, like I just said there, with the rule of, I think we're going to give players 2 years. I think it might have been Omar Barada who came out saying it. I think we did come out saying, like, we're going to give players 2 years to prove themselves. If they don't do it after then yeah. Then we're looking to move them on. But yeah, I do think we need to wait and see with Ahmad in the right wing back position. Obviously, we've only had like one full proper season with him at United, so we need to see how he gets on this season before we can comment on that. Mr. Miyagi, good evening all. Hope all had a great Sunday. I know I did after seeing Palace beat the Bin Dippers. Very good, Mr. Miyagi, very good. Honestly, the fact that they've spent that much money and they can't even beat bloody Crystal Palace in a friendly is quite let's just go with embarrassing. The same with Freelung Park. He wasn't exactly the best player, let's be real here, but that man knew how to run and use his legs, so he became Fergie's big game player. Ahmad will hit that ceiling. And it's funny, just on what Keith's saying there about players who run, I mean, the key word, and this is the report going into the transfer market this window, the key word was Amorim is looking for players with intensity. Now we know Cunha brings that. We know Mbuemo brings that. We know Fernandez brings that. We know Dorgu brings that. We know Ahmad brings that. Because obviously Ahmad knows how to press. But we don't know who the next midfielder to bring that in the midfield is. Can Mainu live up to that challenge? I don't know. I think he may be one for the future. I think maybe you bring in BALEBA and then maybe BALEBA and Mainu build up a midfield partnership, and then Fernandez gets moved on, maybe, or he stays as a squad player. Who knows? He is getting on. He is like 32 now. How old is Fernandez? Fernandez is... Well, he's still only 30 years old, but he's played a lot of games. But yeah, I think that's the future of United's midfield. Wilcock's doing a good job. It's now up to Amorim to coach the team to glory. Yep, agreed, Damien. Ahmad can become an amazing right wing back. He just needs to work with the defensive coaches. But the early signs are promising. He's building a nice relationship with Yoro and Mbuemo. Yep, I agree. I think Ahmad just needs to work a little with his relationship with Mbuemo because, I don't know, there wasn't much link-up play between Fiorentina, but that's the first like full game that they've properly played with each other. if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I think yeah, they definitely need to work on that. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, I'm backing Amarin for a year or two, but if we're not back into the UCL, then I want Xavi in. We will get Champions League football this season. Mark my words. Bring in BALEBA and Donnarumma. Champions League football is ours. Cheeky voice crack. We just have to have faith, Niche fan. We won't always love his system, but I care about those 3 points on the board. Keith, the amount of people that don't rate Park, I love that guy. The way he pocketed Pirlo in them 2 legs was nothing less than amazing. Fergie took 7 years to win the league, bro. No, bro, we definitely need a goalkeeper. I swear Onana isn't even a goalkeeper. We do need a goalkeeper, but I'm saying midfield is more important than goalkeeper right now. Raphael, you mean a Neville or Valencia, bro? But that's not me saying. If I had to predict what was going to happen, I do definitely think that we'll get a midfielder and a goalkeeper. Where are we? Sensei Miyagi, #Fex. Good evening, sir. Hope you're well. Rasmus got his 2 years. Now it's time to say bye. Yep, agree, Damien. After watching pre-season, can somebody tell me where Yoro has got his close control from? He's looking like a silky Neymar. There's a reason Madrid were in for him, man. There's a reason Madrid were in for him. I personally think BALEBA and Bruno this season, then Mainu replaces Bruno eventually. Yep, I see that, Miyagi. I see that, Mr. Miyagi. Wax on, wax off. We have to sell Mainu because he's going to want 150k in 2027, sit on the bench. BALEBA in his orders of magnitude better than him. I don't know. I think Mainu... When does Mainu's contract run out? Let's see what's going on with Mainu. His contract runs out in 2025. So we do realistically have 2 years with him. If he is like a squad player this season, then next season he becomes our starter. I think he would sign a new contract. I think he obviously wants to stay at Man United. He's like a childhood fan of Manchester United. So I can definitely see Mainu staying in the long term. It's all dependent on if he becomes a first team starter, because there's no doubt he's got enough quality to be a first team starter somewhere. I'm confident we win the league this season. Call me deluded, but hear me out. Last time Chelsea won the league, they had no European football to deal with. I have hope, guys. Yep, Mr. Miyagi, you are delusional, and I love it. Applause to you, sir. Applause. Same with Skelly in Academy. He was actually CM. Now he's left back. Mr. Miyagi, sorry, we aren't winning the league. Hey, don't be a negative Nelly niche fan. Come on now. But yeah, guys, let's see if there's any further updates, and we'll probably call it a night there. We have been going for like an hour and a half now. Longest stream yet, but we're almost on 500 views. So shout out to all of you lot for tuning in. Do appreciate the support. And if you do want to fancy becoming a member of the channel and joining the secret cult of Old Truthford, then hit that member button, and we will get you involved. GG's admin and chat. My guy, Matt Scott. My guy. If you're clocking off, hope you have a nice night, man. What else do we have? Wait, is Benjamin Sesko's first interview? Oh, it's going to be available on Monday. Okay, so we will be reacting to Benjamin Sesko's first interview on Monday. We'll see if we can share the screen, go over all of the quotes and stuff like that. But yeah, for all of you lot who are new, feel free to become a member, subscribe to the channel, and join the team, man. Mo Dabid, how you doing, man? New subscriber here. Is there any update on Sancho and Garnacho? There has been an update on Sancho today, Mode. So Sancho has been linked with Roma. A tier 1 source has said that Roma has inquired about Jadon Sancho. Obviously, Borussia Dortmund were sniffing around him for a little bit towards the start of the transfer window, but I think they've quietened down their interest. We are looking for around 15, 17 mil for Sancho, so maybe Roma are willing to come in and give us the money for him. But yeah, that's the updates on Sancho. In terms of Garnacho, Garnacho's going to Chelsea. We know that. We know that he's agreed terms with Chelsea. We know that Chelsea want the player. It's just a case of finding the right fee, because Chelsea supposedly value Garnacho at like 30, 35 mil, whereas United value him at 50 mil. So I'd imagine we're going to get around like 42 mil plus like 5 mil add-ons. I can see that being a realistic price for Garnacho, even though we should get more for him. But Chelsea are tough negotiators. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with him. Thank you to those who are new subscribers. We have hit 2,270 subscribers, so only 30 subscribers away from 2,300. So if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button, join the team, join the community. We do go live every single night covering the latest Manchester United news, as well as every single match for match watch-alongs. So yeah, be sure to join the team, man. Okay, so just a summary, and then we'll probably clock off there, lads, because it is getting on a bit and I need to eat something tonight. So yeah, overall, BALEBA, personal terms, agreed with Manchester United. All good on the agent side of things as well, but Brighton still are requesting a £100 million price tag for BALEBA. Hojlund has literally been told he will not get minutes at United, so it's best that he finds another club, and he has reluctantly agreed, allegedly, or his camp have agreed. Rasmus Hojlund has now been directly told he'll need to leave to gain minutes this season and is considering his options. Man United prefer to sell, so remember this, guys. Man United prefer to sell. So even if he does go on a loan move, I don't want to hear any of this propaganda of like, oh yeah, they obviously still see potential in Rasmus, X, Y, Z. We don't. We want to sell him, but we're going to accept the fact that, okay, maybe we just have to get up with a loan deal and then with an option to buy. Yeah, so that's everything on Rasmus. Alex Crook of TalkSport called out Mark Goldbridge, saying that he did report in March that United would look to move Hojlund on this summer. But there was zero interest in doing so, according to one high-profile YouTuber. So essentially, Alex Crook came out saying we were always going to sell Rasmus Hojlund, but one high-profile YouTuber did not want to report that and wanted to make out that Hojlund still had a chance for some reason. And then Alex Crook hashtagged that Crook by name, Crook by nature. So yeah, very dodgy there. Xerxes hugging Benjamin Šeško, and Šeško and Fernandez acknowledging each other when I'd imagine he had a tour around Carrington. His interview is coming out tomorrow, so we will be reacting to that live on stream. Cunha and Mbeumo look forward to the Arsenal game. And Manchester United have not yet decided between signing a young, low-cost goalkeeper, apparently, or spending more money on an experienced goalkeeper. It will probably depend on the future of United's goalkeepers. But yeah, Amorim clearly does prefer Donnarumma. We've seen reports of that, so we'll have to wait and see. That is everything from today. And also, let's all just laugh at Liverpool losing to Crystal Palace in the Community Shield. Beautiful scenes, beautiful scenes. But yeah, we will call it a stream there, folks. Hope you all have a delightful evening. That's been the latest Manchester United news. I've been the admin. This has been Old Truthford, the home of honestly biased sports content. And for now, Godspeed.